Hey, welcome back to the Conversion Clinic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to totally transform a website, even if you have like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you need to plan a new website or new pages. This is a really easy way to do it. It's very low cost, even free in some aspects. And so we're going to take a look at this website together. So Window Treatment Specialist, they're in Boston. They do custom kind of service offerings. It looks like services and products that they have. And so they do like decor and drapes and all this stuff. Okay, so the first thing that I normally do is I quickly take a look at the website, have a look at if there's any like things that need to quickly improve for quick wins. I can see they don't have a click to call button up here. I know they got the phone number here, but it'd be nice to have it in the menu somewhere, even here, kind of like this, right? So you got a click to call button, and you would also have like a book now or another type of button that infers a lead. And then likewise on mobile device, like let's inspect that. Yeah, I suspected so. They don't have a section that follows you down the page to book now or call now. And this is what I mean. This is a good quick win you can implement into your website. See how these two buttons are at the bottom, call now or get free quote. Normally when people are scrolling, they've got their thumb right there and they can, or their pointing finger, and they'll, quickly get the free quote or call now button. It's easily accessible. So that will increase your conversion rate. Now, if we go through the rest of it, we need to have a look at some saving qualities of the website. So what we can see is they've got USPs, unique selling propositions or unique selling points, however you want to say it. These could be useful to add up to the top of the website. The reviews are down the bottom, don't know why. They should be like midway through around here, just to build that trust with people. And these are hidden down the bottom as well. They should probably be at the first thing people see, so that it creates that immediate trust. And I keep saying trust because literally that is the only reason people hand their money to you or give you their lead details. If they don't trust you, they don't like you, they don't know you, they will not do business with you. So how do you gain trust with them? How do you build that relationship? You try to add social proof, show them the bandwagon effect that other people have done this action before and they've been better off after they've done it, right? And these are little actions that you need to do on your website across the homepage, across service pages, to build that immediate trust. This is the homepage, and yes, the homepage should be improved, but the service pages equally. And I'm talking about service pages because I can see here they don't have unique service pages that go to their individual pages. It's just a list of, services they do. For SEO purposes plus conversion purposes, you should have a separate page for each one of these. Kind of like if you go back to this website over here, you see services and they've got a unique page for each one. And each one is covering its own kind of angle, its unique thing. They've all got, really compelling headlines. This one here is done for SEO purposes, right? If we go into here, we can see the meta title's been done, the description, all this kind of stuff. So it's for SEO, but it's also for conversions. When we're looking at this site, I'll just quickly give you a rundown of how we would kind of redesign. Since I don't have a service page, it's going to be hard. Let's redesign the homepage. Okay, I don't normally start with the homepage, but let's just do it. Fuck it. What we might do is open up Figma, and normally I have Figma just to like Frankenstein different designs. I will then have my website open at JRR Marketing or josiahroche.co. I'll have King Kong open, one of the best digital marketing agencies on the planet, and I will have some of the other websites that we've built, plus I'll have Dribble open. Dribble is a free website where you can just sign up and go look at some designs, right? Filter it for a web design. And so what you want to do, we know the objective here is to get to understand the audience. One, that should be the most important thing you ever do, and we have a persona script for this and the description below. And the second thing is to build trust with them, right? Build that relationship connection. This is what you got to do. This is the only two objectives of marketing is you got to do this and give them a next step. That is it. How do you do that? How do you compel them? How do you stop them in their tracks? Get them to hand over their money, get them to hand over their details. You build trust. How do we do that? We follow some basic principles of marketing. So what we'll do, we notice that this first section here needs to be applied. So we might just like do a screenshot, use a screenshot tool. I use a tool called ScreenRec to do this. It's super easy. We use Figma, paste that in, right? We might do that as the first section. Second section, we might either do this or do another section. I like one particularly around King Kong here. They do a really nice, easy flowing section here. This is really nice. So we might just like copy from here, even the whole thing, right? Let's just copy the featured logos down the bottom. We might go into Figma, paste this in, and what I'm showing you is what we call in the industry low fidelity. So low fidelity just means what you see here is not going to be the final design. It's just like some mock-up that a child could do, you know, and then basically a designer can take that and put it into a proper functioning design that actually looks good and consistent with the colors and everything. This is just to give the developer and designer an understanding of what we're kind of going for in terms of the flow of content. So don't get so caught up on that it looks bad. That's not the idea here. The idea here is to actually make sure that we've got the sections designed for strategy. You're strategizing the kind of layout and flow. So what I noticed, because I had a look at this website earlier, we can go into the about page and I see the owner is here. And one of the best things about creating trust is that we're all humans and we connect with other humans. And so when we see another human on there, another person, it creates a better trust than a website that doesn't. And there's been a lot of independent studies on that. So I do recommend trying to do that. And you can see King Kong's done it for that reason here, right? So they've got, I'm guessing the principal, I'm guessing this is one of the founders or owners or whatever. And you can see that in the middle, it says, I'm Paul Nees and my agency, Ray White Lane Cove. So you can see it's his actual business, right? But it creates that instant trust where trust is needed in this marketplace. Okay, so you might just do that. You might organize that. You might say, okay, well, I need a section here to introduce the owner and to have a compelling statement based on the persona. If the main core audience that comes to this kind of homepage is to do around, let's say for argument's sake, because I recreated this, let's say for argument's sake, Boston window decor, instead it was about custom blinds. Let's say that that was the case, or that was it. Then you would have to write the content around the biggest pain points, the biggest objections, desires, frustrations. You pick basically what you, from your knowledge, if you're the business owner and you know that there's particular things people keep coming to you for, you basically write a section at the top throughout the content based on one particular angle. It might be that they're expensive, you know, custom blinds seem expensive. There's hassle in measuring and installing. Maybe that's the biggest pain point that people have, you know, like you're just going through these and objectively thinking, okay, well, I think this is it in terms of energy spikes and bills and stuff. So I'm going to create a problem agitate solutions statement to copy content in. And so you say, I need a problem agitate solution statement written based on this angle, and ChatGPT will create it, right? I recommend a grade 6 reading level, by the way. This won't pump out perfect stuff. We all know that ChatGPT sucks sometimes, but this will get you most of the way there. And then you're like, okay, well, I need to create some really great content and post this in here. And so we might want to like have this for this section here. And not that it's going to, because it's too small, but let's say it was down here, for example, and you wanted to improve it and add the owner in there, you might do that, and you might need to still come up with a really compelling headline. So this is kind of how you would Frankenstein model landing pages. And by no means is this the perfect way to do it. This is if you were like really, really short on time, okay? And so you would just keep going through and thinking about, okay, well, we need to have a review section, so we might just go in here. Sorry for the low, what do you call it, pixels here. But let's say that this was the case, or even if you want to go to dribble, and then you would paste that here, and then you're building more social proof. So the whole purpose of this is social proof. You just mark where the social proof is. You might be here, social proof. In terms of logos, there's more social proof here, building more trust. There's more social proof here. Okay, the whole purpose is building this trust. Technically, the photo here and the story of introducing the owner is social proof. And then you just keep going through. So we start with emotion, relating to the audience with emotions first. We'd probably build another problem agitate solution down here just to really hit the point home. So we might just keep going and flowing with the landing page. And sometimes these landing pages can be long. You can see one that's like this long, where it's just like keeps going through. Problem agitate solution. It's got really nice headlines. Social proof. More social proof with case studies. What they'll get out of the next step. Like if the next step is a booked call, these are the 6 or 5 things that they're going to get out of it, and the clarity they're going to get out of it based on the persona. Like if the personas has objections and biggest things, you literally include those massive angles in the actual content for here, right? You basically rely on that persona for everything you do. So that's how you would improve the conversion rate for particular websites in a short amount of time. Like if you've got hardly any time, you don't know what to do, this is the best way to do it, especially for a website like this where trust is everything. You might go a different angle with this one where you're adding in examples of the portfolio throughout, because that's what this particular audience would want to see, right? So you've got to reverse engineer it based on the audience, introduce emotion statements, as in you would write problem, agitate, solution statements throughout, and then you would weave in your process, go more logic towards down the page. And that's kind of how you would Frankenstein and build a landing page. So you start with main calling, like the biggest thing that they're looking for in the headline, scroll down, or the biggest thing that they want, right, would be at the top. You go problem, agitate, solution, go through their problem and how you relate to it, create that trust, more trust, social proof. Then you might go into like the process, right? You might not go to the process straight away, but you might go into logical things like how their objection around your service and your process and how you eliminate that objection. You know, and you're basically going through it that way, and you're reinforcing this throughout the whole landing page so that you're increasing the likelihood that they trust you and take that next step. That's it in a nutshell. That's everything I can teach you, and trying to keep this video short. It's really that simple. I hope you got value out of this video. It is a relatively quick one in terms of what I could teach you. But yeah, if you got any comments, leave them below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.